Hey everybody, welcome to today's video where we are congratulating Wendy Williams for passing that mental evaluation with flying colors. But y'all, Wendy's fears of backlash seem to have come true. Her and her niece, Alex Finney, they spoke to the Breakfast Club about this, that they feared backlash from the attorney and the judge in this case because Wendy has been speaking to the media. We know that Wendy Williams threw that note out the window and she was whisked away to the hospital and she underwent that cognitive evaluation, and Wendy Williams passed with flying colors just like they knew she would. And her niece Alex Finney came from Miami, flew down to be at Wendy Williams' side. But things have gotten really real with this backlash. Somebody is really coming at Wendy. We can't say for sure who it is, but while they're out celebrating, someone called the police. Now get this, call the police as they were dining to launch a criminal complaint of kidnapping. And kidnapping is a serious charge for people around the world, fans of Wendy Williams. The United States penalizes people very heavy. You can get anywhere from 7 to 20 years on a kidnapping charge. This is not true in other places in the world, but the US does not play. So this is no joke for her niece. And you'll hear in an audio clip Wendy, the emotion in Wendy's voice, Wendy's being strong, but her niece is outraged, and Wendy, she's just outraged. Wendy is just, they're really in shock. Now, they were escorted from the facility, this 5th floor memory ward where Wendy cannot get out unless she's allowed to by an attendant, a guard. They have to release the door so that she can get out. She can't just open a door and walk out. So many of y'all, we know that already. So Alex Finney says that they were escorted out to a car where they went off to go have dinner. So it wasn't like they broke out of there. So we're gonna listen to this audio of Wendy Williams and her niece reacting after police were called in on this situation. They are really, just take a listen.
People close to Wendy wanted to make it clear Wendy can't leave the 5th floor memory unit without an attendant pushing the elevator button.
Because it's locked. Yeah, it's a key.
So in order for Wendy to get down, the building would have had to have known that she was leaving. Secondly, a person close, and this is a TMZ report, a person close to Wendy told TMZ that an attendant actually accompanied Wendy and Alex down to the lobby and opened the door of their Uber for them to get in to go to dinner. Then the police report is filed by the facility, and then once dinner is over, Wendy and Alex arrive back to the facility, and here's audio of them reacting to what happened.
Our recent events have been unbelievable.
Came back from dinner, but I was told that police were called because the coterie here was saying allegedly I took my aunt from this facility and whisked her away without any sort of confirmation or approval, which according to everything that we have learned in terms of this whole situation, wondering exactly how that correlates with the statements that the guardian has made that Wendy is able to come and go as she pleases,
Right.
and that there are no family visits that are blocked.
Clearly, they are lying to me when they say I can go out and do what I want to do.
That's right.
This is my niece, Alex. She just flew in from Miami, okay? I just came from the hospital. So we are going out to celebrate.
But we're good. We're back.
We're good.
We're back
going
in one piece.
Yeah. Then they just send us a letter saying they can come and go. She can come and go as she please.
That's what they were referring to.
That's a damn lie.
Yeah. And then yesterday, too, there was a story that broke about the judge in Wendy's case. It's a woman named Lisa Sokolov. This judge fired off a letter to Wendy's attorney, and she is very upset.
Which I don't understand.
Yeah, she's very upset with Wendy and just some of the things that have been happening. I guess, things that have been said in the media and stuff like that. She referenced a prior hearing.
I'm going to stop right there. Attempting to have kidnapping charges brought up on a person, that's really going hard. But Wendy is fighting for her freedom. I don't know what these people expect, that Wendy is just going to sit there like a sitting duck. As she, in her own words, says that she's in a luxury prison and she's just watching life go by. She sits in this cubicle room, basically, and looks out of this one window and watches life pass her by? That don't sound like Wendy Williams. That don't sound like nothing that Wendy Williams is about to lay down and go for. So Wendy has reached out to the media. She's reached out to the Breakfast Club. She has a relationship with Charlamagne the God. She's reached out to several other journalists and friends of hers as well. And the judge and the Guardian are not happy about this. Judge Lisa Sokoloff and her guardian, Sabrina Morrisey. Now, the judge has warned Wendy not to speak to the media, not to speak to the media. But, I mean, Wendy has a mouth. She's going to speak, and who wouldn't, being so unhappy about being confined like that? I mean, I would speak. I'd be yelling for help too. But Wendy has a big voice. When she yells for help, people hear her, and she wants everybody to speak on this. She wants the word out. I mean, it must be horrible to be locked up like that. Now, Wendy Williams and her niece went back to this living facility, the Coterie, which is not her home. This is a place she wants to get out of, just because she wanted to get a change of clothes after leaving the hospital. They want to celebrate. It's a celebratory dinner. But while they're sitting, somebody called the police to have the niece brought up on kidnapping charges that carry these stiff penalties. I mean, come on, not that she broke the rules. I mean, what is it about? This is hardcore. Yeah, so who would do this? No one can say for sure, but maybe this is all going to come out during the hearing. But Wendy Williams, I mean, who wouldn't fight for their freedom? I don't think this is theatrics. Wendy's not happy. Her family's not happy. And you heard what the niece said. Wendy is not seeming to be able to have the privilege to come and go as she wants. I mean, some people, when they're being cared for in this particular way, they may only have to report in at night. Like they need to sleep at the facility and not be on their own in the evening hours. But they're perfectly fine to go out for daytime visits. But Wendy not being able to see her father on his birthday, and with being on a ward, being on a floor in a ward with people with serious cognitive issues. According to an earlier evaluation that got Wendy placed under this guardianship in the first place, it was detected that she had atrophy in her frontal lobe, and she was going through the first stages of dementia. Now, plenty of people, they start deteriorating when they get older. Why Wendy would be in the clutches of a guardianship, it just has not been explained. As a matter of fact, on both sides, when it gets to the point where they can really establish clarity, everybody stops short of that and says they can't speak any further. So we really do need this situation rectified with a court hearing, some type of hearing, but the judge is saying that Wendy is contaminating a potential jury pool by speaking to the media. But Wendy just doesn't want to be there. I don't even think she sees that far to the court hearing. Wendy wants out now. I mean, she passed the evaluation with flying colors. We can hear from her interviews that Wendy sounds pretty clear. She knows what's going on. She might need a sobriety companion. Wendy said in another interview that she doesn't want anything to do with alcohol, that she's not going to be touching a sip of alcohol. I don't know how that's going to go, but she has the right to live her life out the way she wants, whether we agree with it or not. Plenty of people, I mean, Gene Hackman, what do y'all think? Y'all let me know what y'all think. Look, Gene Hackman, he had obvious signs of Alzheimer's. He got to live his life out the way he saw fit. He got to be a recluse with his wife. I mean, maybe Wendy doesn't have a significant other. Of course she doesn't. But she has enough family, and typically you're going to get some care anyway. And Wendy has enough of a bag that she can handle that, even though her guardian, in a kind of a rant to the public, trying to clear up some untruths, said that Wendy doesn't have an income, but neither did Gene Hackman. I mean, Gene Hackman has an $80 million bag. I don't know how big Wendy's bag is, but I know Wendy had to have made more money than the average 10 people put together. Many people, fans, when you start interfering with people like this, all we can think is you're trying to get a hold of their funds, separate them from their loved ones. What is the reason? What is all this big interest in Wendy? It makes no sense. I mean, she's being held in a place where they're saying that there's a luxury spa. The cuisine is just top level, like a 5-star restaurant from the greatest chef. But it doesn't matter when you can't leave a place. I wouldn't care if I was kicking it with Rihanna. If you're telling me I can't leave, that's prison. You can't leave. Anywhere is prison. I wouldn't care if I was in a luxury resort, swimming pool. If I can't leave, and if the family's not happy, it just seems like the family should be having the last word. Unless, do they suspect the family? Is that what they're trying to tell us? This is never going to be cleared up until we have a hearing. But I don't find it hard to believe that Wendy does need some help. We all saw that spill that she had on the show, but that she should be restricted from doing the things that she wants to do, especially being with her family. And Wendy's family is well documented on her show, how interactive her family has been with her. She has a beautiful family. Her son, Kev, probably wouldn't be the best caretaker of her, but she has a sister. She has her niece. I mean, come on. What's up? The only thing I can imagine, I mean, we have to use our imagination too much, but it's like they want to pretty much say that they suspect the family is up to no good. It don't seem to be that way at all. So yeah, a caregiver, yeah. Should it be this person, Sabrina Morrisey? And I mean, they're not happy with Wendy. And Wendy is going to keep continuing to speak to the media because Wendy is a media person. Wendy is a celebrity, and that's what she does. Seemed to me like her family should be having the last word, the last say about this. Why a judge? Why they would hold this case like this is and even threatening Wendy that she could be moved to a facility with even greater restrictions. And DJ Envy on the Breakfast Club said, more restrictions than this? She can't leave out unless she's the locks are released and she's escorted out. People can't come and go and visit her as she wishes. She can't visit her family as she wishes. And you're talking about more restrictions. She has a phone where people cannot call into her. She can only call out. Her personal phone is in the hands of her guardian. I mean, what is it about? We need some answers. This is like, come on, Wendy shouldn't be going out like this. I think we all want to see Wendy get out of the coterie, this living facility, this luxury prison, as she calls it. And I know the judge and the guardian do not like the way Wendy speaks about this place. And the guardian on this rant, she just dropped her credentials. It's like, this is my Vita, baby. I'm a professional. I have a spotless record without blemish. She did not want this case. This case was given to her. What's really going on behind closed doors, behind the scene, is we probably won't know all the details, but something's not right. And for them to be this hot with Wendy, a person that can speak for themselves as well as Wendy can, a person with a support system that Wendy has, it's just a wonder that the courts would want to fool with Wendy in the first place. It'd be like, case dismissed, get this woman out of here, let her go to her people, and let's take care of things that really need legal handling, that really need oversight. Not Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams and her family can figure this out. Clearly, no, but they are all on this. It's because she has money. It just seems only be because she has money. Because other people without money, they don't get this. People sleeping in their cars and whatnot. Nobody's messing with them. Like Dawn Robinson, she's in her, Lord. And Sabrina Morrisey saying that Wendy Williams has no income, but Wendy has a money manager. So they're managing some kind of money, Wendy's bag. This luxury facility is sure not being paid for by tax dollars. This is Wendy's money. Y'all make sure y'all check out my videos that I've done covering Gene Hackman in the press conference, talking about his cause of death and all of that, especially the last press conference that seems to have given a conclusive evaluation of what happened at the scene, the whole timeline at Gene Hackman's house. That was a terrible thing. May he rest in peace. And I will be keeping up with Wendy Williams. I still congratulate Wendy. She obviously does not have severe enough cognitive issues that she doesn't know what's going on. Wendy knows what's going on out here in these streets. She knows what's going on in the celebrity streets. And I'll be back real soon. Y'all, please make sure you let me know what y'all think. Give me a like. And until I see y'all the next time, keep living your life like it's golden. Peace.